we keep those away. We hide those.
I don't really have it.
Those
Shirts
don't
off,
come
we
out.
see. This is like a small caliber pistol.
It's like a 22.
It's like a BB.
Is it like a cap gun?
It's a Red Ryder.
It's a BB.
We need it.
So my name's Austin Mitchell. I play tight end and defensive end. And my fun fact is my teammates bully me that if I stop at McDonald's one more time, I'm gonna get moved to right guard. So today I'm gonna be talking about care about your teammates. And I'd say this is easily the most important part of our success on the field, and it shows year after year when we dominate everyone. And this over here are my best friends, and I think they will be for the rest of my life. I could see some of them being at my wedding one day. So I would say that is care about your teammates. Go Eagles, and let's win the last one this year.
All right, so this is actually tied for 6, and this is really hard to pick. And this is Austin Mitchell and Tommy Tachek. We had to go with our rest guys look amazing. You got, obviously, you guys probably know how already know who you are.
Drop the leg.
Let's see a match, right? Now, if you could grab the microphone and do some Hulk Hogan, it would be even better. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah! I like it.
Austin, what does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
Being an Avon Eagle, it means a lot considering we've been involved in this program since we were in like 3rd grade. Some of us even 1st grade when we played flag football together, so it's very, very important.
What about this program separates you guys from other programs in the area and the state?
Like Coach Elder always says, we're a closed enrollment public school. So, like I just said, I've been with these guys for 10 years now. So most of them I've been playing since we were in 3rd grade, and the bond we have is unreal.
All the things that you guys do, the 5 a.m. lifts, the dirty dozens, the 2-a-days, how much does that separate you and excel you above other schools?
I think that's honestly the main reason why we are consistently better is because we consistently work harder than every other team. I don't know any other team that wakes up at 5 in the morning to go lift every week during the winter when it sucks and everyone's got the poor knees. But we all keep each other motivated and keep each other accountable.
How would you describe that to an outsider that's never experienced anything like that?
It sounds like it sucks, but you're with all your friends, so it's really not that bad. We have a good time when we go in the morning, and we make the best of it for sure.
You have an interesting dynamic. You're a 4-year varsity player. What's that like?
So when I was a freshman, I was playing freshman football, and I got lucky with 3 injuries at tight end. So Mitchell Dupras got a concussion, Cole Mitchell got a concussion, and Andrew Smith broke his ankle. So I went from playing freshman football week 2 to varsity football week 4, which was just unreal. Like, I just got thrown into it, and I did well enough so when they came back, I still had my spot. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you did well enough. You're scoring touchdowns, too. What was that like, a freshman on a Friday night?
It was crazy. It was surreal. Like, it happened, and I was just like, what is going on right now? It was awesome.
Fast forward to now. Here you are, a senior. You're a captain. What does that mean to you?
So going into this year, after being named captain, it was a little different. I felt like I had to take things a little bit more serious. I couldn't goof off as much, I kind of had to be a role model instead of messing around all the time. So there's definitely a big role difference. Let's take it more serious.
Is there one player on this team that stands out to you? Maybe he doesn't get the pub, doesn't get the press, but really they show up all out every day and just impress the heck out of you?
I would have to say, hands down, what comes to mind is Joe Weatherspoon, because he's a corner. Corners really don't get a whole ton of action all the time, but he's always given our and when he's on scout team, he's always given us a great look. And when he's actually playing defense, he's a stud, and he doesn't get all the recognition that he deserves. So Joe Weatherspoon.
How about Jam Master Jay too?
What? Oh, the mic drop. That was sick. I was like, Joe does not seem like the type of person that would do that. So when he did that, I was wowed. I was like, what is going on right now? So that was pretty sweet.
So how psyched are you for your senior year?
Insanely psyched. Ready to go. We got to win the last one this year.
What's that going to take?
It's going to take consistency, and like yesterday we had a problem with intensity in practice, and all of our returning seniors, we got to step it up and be leaders and not make it seem like we've arrived.
How hard is that? Year in and year out, you're in the state semis, yet how does it not become cliche and you got to put the hard work in again?
Well, I think that's what drives us the most, is that we've made it that far every year, and then it just gets cut off, which is the worst part. Like, I remember after we lost this year for like 2 weeks straight, I couldn't sleep because that Hoban strength coach, you know, if you like pop up a picture of his face in this video, he would just pop up into my head and I couldn't sleep, and it was just the worst. So it just gives you a drive to just get better.
How do you guys stay humble and not expect it?
Because we haven't won the last one yet. We haven't made it all the way yet. There's unfinished business.
Is that going to be the perfect ending to your senior year?
I think so. That would be awesome. First team to ever do it, Avon history.
What else do you want out of your senior year?
I want to make a lot of memories, obviously, and like my friends, I've been friends with all these guys for years, so I don't really know. Just make some new friends, maybe. Yeah.
Austin Mitchell is a character, right? He's one of my favorite people to be around. He always brightens your day. He's a guy that, you know, you look forward to having conversations with, which is fun to be around.
How about the fact he's kind of a unique player, 4-year varsity player? You don't see that very often.
No, not at all. And, you know, as a freshman, you know, he was able to jump in as a varsity player for us, which was crazy. Because we always have good teams, and just his natural ability to step in there and play tight end, which is a physical position, and defensive end for us during those years was very impressive.
And then how about the transition of, he's always been kind of like aloof, funny guy, but now he has to be a leader as a captain. You've seen that transition?
Yeah, and he's done a nice job with that transition. He definitely gravitates towards younger kids and pulls them along, tells them what they need to do. And then with his peers, you know, his peers look up to him. And whatever he says, like, they follow him. So it's been a nice transition.
How important is he to his team?
He's our top player, no matter what. You could put Austin Mitchell or clone him, he'd be the guy. He's our best player all around, period. You know, if we could have, you know, 11 of them on the field, we'd be pretty darn good.
Austin Mitchell could go down as one of the best football players to play here on both sides of the ball. You know, we were talking today, and Austin, as a tight end, said, what percentage do you think I am blocking and what percentage do you think I am receiving? Anybody who understands that position knows it's a hybrid. You have to be athletic enough to play wide receiver, but tough enough to play offensive line. So it's hard to find guys to fit that mold. And the truth is, Austin is a dominating blocker. If we could clone him and make him a left guard, left tackle, center, he would excel at every one of those positions. So he's one of the most dominating guys ever to play here at the point of attack as a tight end. And then he's a great athlete. Like, he understands coverages. He's got good hands. And when he catches the ball, he and I joke, I'm like, you'll probably get caught, but you might carry that in the last 4 or 5 years with your strength. He's not the fastest guy when it comes to wide receiver, but he has great hands and he's hard to tackle once he has the ball. On the flip side is where he's committed to play football at Colgate next year. It's a Division I school, and they saw him as a defensive lineman. On that side of the ball, he's dominant. He's just a great player, and we're expecting big things from him. But he's also a leader. His toughness is unparalleled.
And he's one of the rare ones that have played 4 years on the varsity level. What does that say about him, and how much do you think that's maybe giving him an advantage?
Well, it says lots about him and how good of a football player he is, because it's hard to play for the Avon Eagles as a junior, let alone as a freshman or sophomore. Every year we have a couple sophomores who contribute and play for us. It's not very often that we have a freshman that can do that. And you're right, he played as a freshman and actually played at a high level as a sophomore and junior, and now here he is his senior year. He's exactly what we thought he would be. You know, he's a tough young man who brings an element of toughness and attitude to our defense, which we need to win the last game, which is our goal. But a 4-year starter at Avon is rare, very rare, and he'll go down with a few people who've ever done that.
Also, the thing I noticed about him is his personality is he can be at any level that needs it. If he needs to be a quiet leader, and he'll clean up the locker room if you need to, but at the same time, I've seen him raise his voice a little bit to somebody. So what does that say, how he knows how to turn it on and turn it off?
Well, that's leadership. Leadership is, you know, giving the team what they need when they need it. He's a smart young man. You know, he pays attention. His father was a great player for us also. So it's kind of in his bloodlines, and I'm sure that they have lots of conversations about leadership and how to lead. And I'm impressed with him as a young man because, like you said, when people need a pat on the back, he's there to give it. But if you need a kick in the butt, he's also willing to give that. Not all teenage kids are willing to do that.
They made a movie of Austin Mitchell. Who would be the starring role?
Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum. I mean, if I lost a couple pounds, I think I'd look exactly like Channing Tatum.
You've been working on that one, huh?
I know. I've like anyone that asks, like, when they're like, "What's gonna happen when you lose weight?" I'm just like, I'm gonna look like Channing Tatum.
If you were an ice cream, what flavor would you be?
If I was an ice cream, or my favorite?
Both.
I for both mint chocolate chip.
Why?
I don't know why, but I feel like if I just like, I feel like I am mint chocolate chip ice cream. I don't know why, but I feel like that's just me.
You were pizza, what toppings would be on you?
Meat lovers. Yep, for sure.
Your father played and excelled here at this school. What's that like, being in a legacy?
Knowing that he was a great player at Avon, when I was young, I always strived to be, because everyone wants to be like their dad. You look up to him. So I can remember ever since I was young, I would want to be good at football. Ever since I was in 3rd grade, that was like my main thing. It was like, I just want to be good at football. I just want to be just like my dad.
The lottery was $1 billion a few weeks ago. If you won that, what would be the first thing you buy, maybe the first handful of things you buy?
I would deck out my backyard into like a beach, like with like palm trees and like sand and probably like a wave pool or something. And then I'd buy a new boat, like a sick boat, like a yacht that I could take all my friends out on. And then probably a Lamborghini.
Still live here in Avon? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're gonna have an oasis?
No, but I'd have a vacation home in Florida.
Okay.
Where I could fish out of on my boat.
Okay, but your oasis would be here in Avon.
Oasis, my home. Yep.
Oh my God. Damn, that shit airy. So tight. Dude, it's all wrinkled up. Yeah, it's all tangled up in there. Just yank it. All rolled up. Hey, brother, man. The white jerseys are a struggle. They're so tight. They're bad, dude. You rocking a medium too?